This is I Buddy Landell, and you're about to listen to Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, so stop working yourself into a shoot, you numbnuts. This show is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Don't be a dumb ass and get offended by anything on this show. And if you do get offended, that's a you problem. Before I throw it to the fellas for another banger of an episode, shout out to all the BTT patrons, including the largest Patreon contributors of the show: Disrespectfully Classy, Mark E. Blassie, Mike Childry, Joe Ice, Good Old Justin, and Mike H. Now enjoy this Outlaw Mud Show podcast. Remember, if it don't snow, it don't go. And be blessed and be a blessing, pal.
Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Booking the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where tonight we are covering WCW Saturday Night on TBS from September the 11th, 1993. If you're listening on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on the video and type multiple comments about what you liked or didn't like about the episode. It definitely helps the channel grow. Right, Harper?
That's correct.
There you go.
Something.
Right. Exactly. I'm sitting here with Harper and Doc Turner. First, Doc, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's always a pleasure to be part of the only wrestling podcast in the world that slaps harder than Ricochet and Shibata sitting crisscross applesauce in the middle of the ring, sissy slapping each other.
I have no clue what that is in reference to, but okay. Yeah. Thank you for your addition.
Need to go watch this. It was on their show that they did recently of some sort, and they both sat there crisscross applesauce and slapped each other.
Okay, I don't need to watch nothing, but okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm here. My job is to welcome in our man and woman's only hope against AI. Harper, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great.
Well, I have a feeling we're going to hear about more AI BTT related stuff. But before we do, we wanted to ask you a question about something. And, Mike and I enjoy it, and we know the listeners do as well, learning more about you as what makes Hard Body Harper tick?
Contra.
No. So it used to be debauchery and deviancy, and now you've been domesticated and, broken.
That's nice.
Well, but you're still, you cut a wide path on interesting behavior. And so we want to check in with you on something. If you're willing to take a little ride with us tonight.
What? Where are we going?
Okay. So if you will remember a while back.
It's about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, you informed us, and we're in no way making light of your condition because these things are serious, that you are lactose intolerant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that we know about you, and this is where people, literally thousands of people have messaged the show clogging up the mailbox about this. You're also what we would consider to be a connoisseur in the cereal world, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that begs a question. How are you eating all this cereal if you can't have milk?
I get the lactose-free milk.
What? The lactose free
Yeah.
almond milk?
I get, bro, at that salvage grocery store. Apparently no one drinks that shit. They got that shit for days in there, bro. The lactose-free milk.
Is it expired, Harper?
And it's like, no,
Come
dude.
on.
No, bro. Bro, dude, if you look at okay.
I
Then why
I
is
had
it
to
there
ask.
if
I
it's
had
not
to ask 'cause
expired?
everything else in there is expired almost. So
Right.
Because if you look at the date, dude, it's like 3 weeks. See, the thing is with that lactose-free, the like expiration date is like a month or more. It stays good, I guess, because there's no lactose in it, so it stays good a hell of a lot longer than like regular milk. So by the time I buy it from the salvage grocery store, it's got about a week and a half until it taps out. Yeah, I just get the lactose-free shit.
What's in it? If it's
I
not,
don't fucking know.
well,
like-
that seems important.
I mean, like, it's like, what's the alternative ingredient?
Lactose-free milk. And there's just, again, I'm confused. Mike, can you help me?
I mean, I don't really know much about milk like that. I do know there are people who are lactose intolerant, but
Yeah, I just get the lactose.
Okay,
shit.
so I've now
for
learned. I've learned something.
for the record,
It says that it's cow's milk that has been processed to remove lactose.
That's why it's called lactose-free milk, doctor.
Lactose-free what?
Milk.
Okay.
stop trying to make fun of the way he says milk. He's trying to make fun of you, Harper. You're just not catching
I
it.
am
nice.
not. I am not. He sent me a message today. Said we need to get Harper to talk about MELK, and I said what?
Milk.
Well, Mark Wilson on the Patreon page did ask me. He's like, "Is that a South Louisiana way of saying milk?" I go, "No, that's a Harper way."
Yeah, but you say leg wrong, so it's okay. You say lag.
Leg.
Yeah,
A leg.
Leg.
not Harper. Mike.
Oh.
You say
Say-
leg. You say leg just fine.
Okay, don't get me started
Leg.
on you Texans and your stupid accents. Okay.
We're not here to talk about me now. So it does seem a little weird that there's like a frozen or a dairy cooler at the expired.
Oh, dude, bro, they got milk in there, bro. see, here's the thing, though. You gotta get it, like, if you did, because I would get my milk from there. And the thing is, if it's like regular milk, you gotta get it on the day that shit shows up. Because it's got like a week, 5 days to a week until it taps out. And apparently people just fucking scoop that shit up. So like, if it shows up on a Monday and when you get in there on a fucking Wednesday, the only ones left go bad in like fucking 20 minutes. So you're fucked.
Exploding milk.
Well, yeah, but see, but the lactose free, fucking nobody wants that shit, right? So I always get it from there. It's always in there. I think the one I have now I bought expires April 9th. Yeah,
Jesus.
right. And that's the one from the fucking salvage grocery store. That's not the one from Walmart or from Rouse's, which is probably late
Good
fucking,
until
fucking
December.
April.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We are recording this on March the 18th, 2025,
See?
and it expires on April
You look,
9th.
now you got it. Yeah, see?
So
He's got 3 weeks left with
Exactly.
his lactose milk.
So, bro, I bought 2 of them. Fuck it. Live a little.
oh well, okay. Now my other question is this a grocery store for indigent people?
I mean, what's that mean?
Poor folks.
I get.
Don't go to Mike. He doesn't know what big words mean.
I guess, but I mean, you can definitely see the demographic has definitely. They got more fucking people that don't look like fucking they were there fucking 5 years ago. I'll put it to you like that.
Well, they keep putting the boots to everybody. We're all going to be there, but that's not the point.
Exactly. Fucking Bill Gates is going to be there buying fucking 75-cent box of fucking Fruit Loops.
That's true. FR.
No cap. For real.
Do you ever worry that maybe you're taking away some of the food supply for people that can't afford food anywhere else with your frivolous purchases?
Nah, bro. Fuck that.
No, fuck that, okay?
How was that frivolous?
I'm not even sure what that...
You just made up a word. How was that frivolous?
How was that frivolous?
Well, what if some mom,
frivolous,
single mom in her scrubs with her, wants to go get her little Kangs, some Cookie Crisp cereal.
Bro, that shit is, dude, they got cereal in there for days. I mean, you can pick whatever the fuck you want, bro. I'll put it to you like this. I bought a family-sized box of the Captain Crunch, the Oops, all berries. The family-sized box, the big motherfucker, for fucking 75 fucking cents, bro. Yes, sir. May I have another? I will not be fucking worked. Fuck that.
So you're okay. So as long as you're getting...
with your kids the way they consume cereal.
No
dude,
shit.
Bruh, if you brought your kids over there, Doc, they'll be like, what the hell is this place?
There is always, at any given time in the household, 6 to 7 working boxes of cereal.
Really?
Yeah. That very shit's in here
yours
too.
Yours are still young, man. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
We might have...
Is it all kids cereal?
Yeah, I mean, I get grape nuts and shit because it's at least got some fiber in it. You got to keep your colon working, but I'm talking. They got all that berry shit. And
oh yeah, I got the Captain Crunch Oops All Berries. I got. See what else I got in there? I got the Frosted Cheerios. That was like $1 a box.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah. And I bought a box, bro. It's like Raisin Bran. Without the raisins, it's just bran. And it's just the fucking sun on a box like, hey, fucking where's the raisins at?
But, so back to what we were saying, Harper. You don't drink, you don't eat the cereal with regular milk. You have to buy the lactose-free milk.
Correct. Yeah.
Do you ever just eat the cereal like a snack out of the bag?
No. I mean, come on. What do you think? I'm an asshole?
That's the only way I eat it. I don't like milk.
Because I used to do that shit like when I was a kid. You'd be sitting there watching the He-Man cartoons, just fucking with a box of fucking Apple Jacks.
Exactly.
Like an asshole.
Yeah.
My mom come in screaming, Those were the good old days. Dude, I bought fucking coffee from there, bro. I bought this big ass fucking can, bro, of fucking Maxwell House. It looks like a fucking bomb. It's the biggest can you can buy of fucking Maxwell House, bro, for $5.99, dude.
Mike, we might need to make a road trip.
Me and him were gonna go when I was down there last time, and I forgot. I had to be somewhere.
Dude, they got Buku coffee, and they got Buku Folgers in Maxwell House for some reason, bruh. They got this dog food. I think it's called Merrick. 75 cents a can, bro. Now, I know like y'all got dogs. You can't even get a can of dog food at the Dollar Tree. That's now $1.25. This fucking Merrick shit was 75 cents a can. And I fucking looked this shit up, bro. Like at Petco, this shit's like $3 or $4 a fucking can, bro. It's some smarty art fucking white people dog food. And I would buy the whole fucking case of fucking 12 of them. So I bought like 3 or 4 fucking cases.
So you get home and your dog's got like the napkin under its collar and it's nice workout.
Dude, she's sad, bro. Because I mean, they got 12 in the little shrink wrap deal, right? 75 cents a can. I mean, how much is that? 12 times 75.
I believe that's 9.
Yeah, $9 for 12. When that fucking Smarty Arts shit I get from Petco that has 12 cans, it's like $36 fucking dollars, bro.
You can't go to Petco, bro. Where do you get your dog? Where do you get your dog food, Mike? Let's help the people out there. Where do you get your dog food?
My wife goes to PetSmart.
Can't do that, bro. Yeah, I get mine from Costco.
Oh well, I mean, you spend a lot more on dog food than me. Your dogs are. You got 3 for. First thing is you got 3 of them to feed.
Are they big dogs?
They big in an hour or 2.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do yours weigh, Doc?
If you get past my moat, I need something else as protection.
Because see, what I did with Susie is I give her like pedigree, right? So it's in this big plastic thing, and it's got the big scoop. So I scoop that in her bowl, and I put half a can, and I stir that shit up. So if I got 12 cans, bro, that's 24 fucking days. That shit's gonna last me, and I got 4 fucking cases of them, bro. That shit's gonna last me a while, bro. They ain't gonna work me, bro.
Harper, you certainly have settled down since we've started doing this show, though.
I'm just saying. Oh yeah, from fucking like 7, 8 years ago. Oh yeah.
I don't know what do you
mean.
Any
desire to get back out on the streets and start, living the old ways?
What do you mean by he settled down?
I mean, he used to be taking girls to Waffle House.
Oh yeah, 'cause that's a 5-star restaurant.
Hey, come on, man.
Just saying. The adventures have changed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's still adventures. Let's be real.
Hey, bro. Hey, at 48 years old, yeah, that shit definitely fucking changed.
Okay, so do they have any quantity limits at this store? Like, can you just go?
Bro. No. But here's the thing. I see like kind of like Middle Eastern or like the Indian looking people, and they got baskets full of shit because they got Gatorades in there too, bro. I bought a pack of like it's. I mean, Tiffany drinks Gatorade, like she's Peyton Manning in fucking training camp or some shit. But they got a pack of eight, like the ones like the singles that you buy from like the store. They're like 12, like 16 ounces. I get a pack of 8 for fucking.
When you have kids, you no longer get to drink Gatorade because they drink the Gatorade, and I'm too cheap, so I just drink water.
How much did you say, Harper? Yeah. The 8-pack?
It's a pack of 8, and they're $5 or $6. If you go to Walmart, that shit's like $8.99, bro. So yeah, bro. And the thing is, I know what they're doing. They're buying this shit and they're selling it.
That's what I was gonna say. We need to get. Remember that Smoky Mountain thing we had?
Yeah, the pop train is what it was called.
I get fucking beef jerky from there, bro. Like
what animal?
Bro, dude, those. Bro, they got those big. Probably Nutrias.
Okay, continue, Harper. What were you saying before you interrupted?
They got those big ass fucking Macho Man Randy Savage beef jerkies, bro. Those big ones. Those motherfuckers are like $4 or $5 for some fucking reason. And that's what pisses me off. Beef jerky is like buying a fucking meal now. But those fucking Macho Man beef jerkies are like $4 or $5, bro. I got them at $1 a fucking pop, bro. I grab like fucking 10 of them and I just throw them in a fucking thing, bro.
You know he's hitting the RVD pose in the middle of the aisle too.
Oh yeah, dude. I go in there fucking making it out like a bandit. I mean, but they haven't had beer in there in about 1.5 years, though. I don't know what happened to that.
Well, if you're that poor, you don't deserve to drink beer.
No, come on.
All you need to save your money. This has been Salvage Store Talk.
Random fucking like liquors and shit and fucking wine. I bought Tiffany a bottle of this $5 scotch.
No.
It's called like like McDermott or something. It's his standard, like an Irish.
Is it McCormick?
Yeah.
That shit's rot gut shit.
And she's like, "Why did you buy this?" I was like, "It was $5 a fucking bottle." She's like, "This is cheap shit." I was like, "Yeah, but it's in a glass bottle, so you know it's good."
When did McCormick start using glass bottles? Jesus.
Yeah. I need a fucking. I open up to smell it. I'm like, man, this just smells like homeless.
Well, it's good to know that that's that Lady Harper only the best for her.
Oh God, she didn't drink that, but she gets that like it's like a box of wine, and they fucking mail a box of wine to your house, and it's like I don't know, like 10 to 12 bottles of wine in it.
Well, that sounds off. That sounds bougie enough to make you have to make up the money by going to the discount grocery store.
What is it with white women and drinking wine?
I don't know,
bro. I don't fucking get it.
You know what's funny?
It's like pie and spinach, dude.
I just said one of the worst stereotypes, and y'all both are like, I don't know, like y'all agreed with me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't drink. I just stick to my goddamn beer and leave me alone.
Correct. Although I will sip tequila and whiskey from time to time, but I'd rather just sit and drink beer.
I used to drink Jim Beam, but that was years ago for the Saints games in a flask. That's why I used to sneak in.
Mike, what else did we want to talk about tonight?
Oh boy. Well, I sent this to both of y'all.
The AI thing?
Yeah,
bro, I was running around, bro. I didn't see it.
A bunch of people.
We're gonna need to get in the boogie mobile and go whip some computers' ass.
A bunch of, let's say, a handful of people started. AI is the thing right now, right? A handful of people sent me a couple of examples of AI roasting us, and
mostly you, Harper.
Well, there were a couple. There were actually more than a couple, but I picked out these two. So the first one was the AI roasting us as a whole, the entire podcast. And here it is. All right, let's tear into booking the territory like a rabid dog on a cheap steak. This podcast is a steaming pile of nostalgic horse shit that somehow stumbled into a microphone and called itself entertainment. Hosted by Mike Mills, Hardbody Harper, and Doc Turner, it's less a show and more a circle jerk of washed-up wrestling fanboys who couldn't book a decent shit if their asses depended on it. They've been yammering about Mid-South and Smoky Mountain Wrestling since 2015, which is about as relevant as a VHS tape of your grandma's colonoscopy, only less watchable. Mike Mills is the ringleader of this audio dumpster fire, drones on like a lovesick Mark who'd suck off Bill Watts for a backstage pass, while Hardbody Harper's over there chugging cheap beer and screaming about the Freebirds like he's one restraining order away from humping Michael Hayes' leg. Then there's Doc Turner, the smug prick with a voice so dry it could sandblast paint, cutting through the chaos with snark that's about as welcome as a fart in a phone booth. Together, they're a trio of sad sacks who think unprofessional is a badge of honor when it's really just code for we suck and don't care. This podcast is a sloppy, sweaty love letter to a wrestling era nobody gives a fuck about anymore, delivered with all the charm of a truck stop glory hole. Every episode's a mess of half-baked rants, dick measuring contests over who loves Dusty Rhodes more, and tangents so dumb they make a jobber's losing streak look dignified. It's the kind of show that makes you want to ram your head through a turnbuckle just to feel something else. Congrats, booking the territory. You're the skid mark on the underwear of podcasting, and I'd rather listen to a steel chair screech across concrete than endure another minute of your bullshit. Go choke on a folding table, you pathetic nostalgic whores.
Yeah.
And that
We quit.
was just one of them. The next one, and I won't read any more after this one, was just roasting Harper specifically.
That's nice.
All right, let's rip into Hardbody Harper, the unhinged, beer-soaked disaster stumbling around booking the territory like a jackass who just found a microphone and a case of Natty Light. This motherfucker is the human equivalent of a monster truck crashing through a trailer park, loud, dumb, and leaving a trail of wreckage nobody asked for. Harper, you're not a co-host. You're a walking STD of chaos, infecting every episode with your slurring, half-cocked rants about shit even the most desperate wrestling marks stopped caring about decades ago. Hardbody? Question mark? Bitch, please. The only thing hard about you is the crust on your stained wife beater after you passed out in a pile of nachos in regret. You sound like you gargle gravel and whiskey before hitting record, bellowing about the Freebirds or some other has-been bullshit like you're one bar fight away from tattooing Terry Gordy's face on your saggy ass. Mike Mills might be the nerdy glue of this crap fest, but you're the loose cannon who piss on the script. If you could even read one without tripping over your own dick. Every time you open the booze hole you call a mouth, it's a coin toss between a racist Uncle Tirade and a hillbilly fever dream, and somehow you still think you're the star. Newsflash, you redneck train wreck. You're the reason people mute this podcast just to hear Doc Turner's shade over your wheezing. You're a sweaty, loudmouth mess who'd probably fuck a turnbuckle if it wore a cowboy hat. Go crawl back to whatever dive bar dumpster you oozed out of, you obnoxious prick. Booking the territory might be a shit show, but you're the turd that makes it stink the worst.
That's nice.
So let me get this straight. We're expecting that AI is going to save us and make this world better, and that's the best it can do?
Dude, it's... yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
But
What do they say about Crockett?
I didn't get one on Crockett, but I'm sure...
Yes, you
I'm
know
sure-
why? Because he probably did this.
It came from multiple people, but I'm sure I could... I see what they use, so I'm sure I could throw it in there and figure out what it would say about Crockett or Doc or myself.
how does it work?
You asked me. I don't know. You just feed it some info. And it outputs it like all these things do. Like the AI on, when it reviewed Harper's Coyotes rant. I mean, what do you want me to say? It did it. Anyway.
So what do you think? What do you think about the computer over there's assessment of you, Harper? Does that hurt your feeling?
Yeah, that's real classy.
Not very nice, huh?
No,
That's the thing about computers. They don't care about your feelings.
that's right.
This part.
I didn't know you had any feelings.
The part when it says every time you open that booze hole you call a mouth, it's a coin toss between a racist Uncle Tirade and a hillbilly fever dream, and somehow you still think you're the star.
That's nice.
That is hilarious with some of the stuff that comes out of Harper's mouth. I mean, this thing really knows what goes on this show.
That's nice.
That's what's
I don't like
nuts.
it at all.
Dude, it said Natty Light. Harper, have you ever said anything about natural light? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. No.
It's picking. I think you have. And then it picked. So here's the thing that it messes up, though. It picked up. It mentioned the Freebirds multiple times. So
Yeah, what's up with that?
I think it picks up when Harper's messing with Lance about the Freebirds, because he does that from time to time. Now, we have talked about the Freebirds because they were in WCW, so I mean that could be true too.
But there's no detail that's too small for it to pick up on.
No, not at all. So there you go. AI roasting BTT. Whew.
That's
Nice.
Yeah,
That's real classy.
it really is.
Yeah, that's real nice.
All right.
Well,
Well, anything else before we get into some wrestling?
Harper, you watch AEW still?
I didn't see it last week.
Oh,
Took a break.
Yeah, because we did the weird signs because of a movie you've never seen before.
That's right. On Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT.
Yeah.
We finally reviewed Weird Science, something Doc has never seen.
Doc's like, what's that? What's so weird about science anyway?
Bro, you do not know what you're missing out on. Am I right, Harper?
Yeah.
My thought is that if I've made it this far, I'll probably be all right.
Dang it. What's this, sir?
Dang it.
She kicked you in the nuts? The chick with the big old titties?
Yeah.
What?
You see?
You don't know what you're missing.
But just send Doc just that one scene.
Okay, I'll do that. Because that's only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And it's what made the movie, actually. I mean, it kind of hooks you from the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Dang it.
You gotta explain it to him.
Gotta explain it.
What's he mean with the telephone?
What this boy talking about on the telephone, man? All right. Doc ain't getting it, but we'll move on.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some wrestling. But before we do, remember, you can hear the Weird Science review in our last Clash review where we talked about the Shockmaster and all that stuff, and the upcoming pay-per-view we have coming up with Fall Brawl, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT, the only place you can hear all that good stuff on Patreon. Over 500 plus Patreon exclusive shows are available there. All right, we'll get started now. So this week we're talking September 11th of 1993. It was taped August 30th of 93 at Center Stage, the first half of the taping from that day, according to the history of WWE.com. The show opens with the finish of the last two Rude and Dustin matches. We're going to see the third one this week in the main event, and then we head straight to the ring. Harper, as we were telling you before we started, it's 1-1. Dustin tied it up last week when he pinned Rude with a backslide. From there, we go straight to the first match. The Nasty Boys versus Frankie Lancaster and Brad Armstrong. Nasty Boys, as mentioned last week, they've been here.
Are you going to share your screen, sir?
You can't see that?
You don't see it?
Mm-mm.
Harper, do you see it?
Yeah.
You really don't see it, Doc?
I told you my thing had that circle going.
Oh, there you go.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing, and then I'm going to reshare it.
Okay.
Because I don't know why you can't see it. Is the thing still clocking, Doc?
Yeah.
I bet you that's the problem.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me try to share it again.
I got lots of timestamps tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, I just did it again.
I don't see shit.
Yeah, something's wrong with your Skype. So, tell you what.
Oh, shit.
Just hang up and we'll call you back and see if that'll resolve it.
Yeah.
Okay, see y'all later.
Bye.
We'll be right back.
Y'all have a good night.
Mm-hmm.
Book it, bitch.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. What did I miss?
Is it still circling?
I can't see. Trying to get my readers on.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
I don't think so.
All right, well, let's try this again.
Hey, our people, our listeners are getting old with us, you know?
Okay.
Now I can see TV.
Okay. It was there from the get-go, just so you know.
I don't think so.
It was. Harper could see it. You know that's that's the
if
thing.
I can't see it, it doesn't exist.
All right. Well, now that you're back with us and you can see it and all that good stuff, we go to the, you said you got plenty of timestamps, Doc. We go to the first match. Nasty Boys versus Frankie Lancaster and Brad Armstrong, like I was saying. Before we stopped, I had mentioned the Nasty Boys. We mentioned them last week on the show, but they've been back for several weeks. It's just they've been on bunch of worldwide taping. So they've been here and whatnot. But anyway, Shivani does tease a very important announcement that'll happen next week on Saturday night. So stay tuned for that. But Doc, let me go to you for the first match between Frankie Lancaster, Brad Armstrong, and the Nasty Boys.
222, please.
Okay. Are we watching something? Looking for some audio? What's happening?
Hose.
There we go.
What is it with you two? You see, that's why the AI that we were reading earlier said what it said about this show.
Oh, fuck it. Hey, when the AI becomes a Patreon, then I don't give a shit about what the AI
We're not going to let some goddamn computers ruin our lives.
Says the guy who couldn't answer things straight the one time the patron sent questions for him.
That's because he doesn't deal well with people.
We're still gonna do that, Harper. I just need you to tell me when.
I'm like a rescue pit bull. I'm not a petting dog.
I guarantee you there will be something like 60 questions or more submitted. And unlike me and Doc,
there'll be more than that because I get close to 60.
Well, what I was going to say was, unlike me and Doc, where we actually answer them and space it out into a couple of parts because we give pretty long, detailed answers. We don't just yes and no it. I bet you we'd get 70 questions and Harper would blow through them in 30 minutes.
Are we done yet?
What? What's this asshole asking? Harper, this is a long-time listener, been supporting us for many years. I don't give a shit. This guy's got problems. Don't ask me that fucking question, you fucking moron. Doc, am I lying? Is that not how it would go?
That sounds eerily like the last time we tried this.
Right. All right, anyway, we see two of age ladies on the screen. Anything
What
else?
color is their hair, Mike?
Fluorescent? I don't know what. It's blonde, maybe? It's hard to tell. The one on the left almost looks orange.
Blonde.
What do you
Which
think,
one
Harper?
would you take, Harper, if you had your choice?
The answer is
That's
none.
hard. Why?
Not my speed,
Oh
Brian.
God. I guess the one on the left, maybe.
Okay. Do we think we know what their names are?
Patty and Debbie.
Mm-mm.
Crystal.
Rachel. Okay.
Anything else,
that
Doc?
blouse.
Nah, nasty boys don't do much for me. Never have.
I saw one of them's having major health problems.
Knobs.
That's because he's been nasty for too long.
The blonde head one that one's Brian Knobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got like part of his foot had to get amputated or something from diabetes.
Sir, on this show, we call them the sugars.
The sugars.
The sugar foot.
Well, I think the Nasty Boys are a hell of a tag team.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said they do nothing for you. Any other time
I said they
stamps?
don't do much.
Oh, okay. Any other timestamps before I go to the finish? Because they're going to win it pretty quickly.
6:32.
All right, well, that's almost to the finish.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the lady.
Bruh.
That looks like the lady from last week. And the
I
week
don't
before
care.
that. She's got a different outfit on, huh?
Bro, what the fuck's going on here?
Which means she is definitely with the wrestlers.
Bro, she's hot, bro.
That's the same. That's her.
Well, she looks better this week, huh?
Don't you think so, Doc? Isn't that the same lady?
Could be.
She's just got a different outfit on. She's with a wrestler. That's for sure. Now that she's back again, yeah, she's with a wrestler.
Wonder which one.
Yeah. Who's building a fence around that?
Yeah.
That's why the AI says what it says about us. But anyway.
Oh, well, screw the AI.
I don't do the show for the AI. I do the show for the listeners, specifically the patrons.
Yeah.
For the amount
Mike Wilson.
Matt Wilson. The amount of people that hate the fact that we entertain the AI on this show is comical.
I'm starting to hate it too, everybody.
No,
I'm
I'm not listening anymore. Y'all need not talk about that.
It's black magic, man.
I mean,
I'm telling you.
We got to talk about something, and it's entertaining to us. So
we need to unplug this computer. I'm telling you.
All right. Well, the Nasty Boys hit their finisher, and they get the win, and that was that.
Hey, crowd was into this.
Knobs with the slam, and then Sags with the elbow off the top rope. 1, 2, 3, and of course, if it was ever in doubt, they get the win. From there, we're going to go to a Nasty Boys promo because we haven't heard from them, at least on this show, since they've been here. Let's go to that right now. Here it is.
But that's beside the point because we're talking about Fall Brawl. In 1 week next Sunday, it's Arn and Roma for the World Tag Team Championship.
Shivani, the Fall Brawl to settle it all. Horsemen, you are going down. You're looking at the next WCW World Tag Team Champion. And you know what? Somebody's gonna get hurt, and it ain't gonna be the Nasty Boys. Shut up! Ric Flair better get all four of his galloping tips ready for the nastiest time of their life. The Four Horsemen, its ride is over, and it's going to be nasty. Nasty. You got that?
I got it.
The legends are finished. Arn Anderson, Paul Roma, get ready for Nastyville, baby.
We'll be back on TBS.
Shivani don't like that, man. They pushing him around. He ain't with that shit. Thoughts, Doc?
I thought Knobs was pretty decent there for just yelling and spitting everywhere.
Oh boy.
Mean potatoes, but I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see when they got messy with him.
Come on, when is that going to happen?
Well, it ain't far away.
She looks so hot, bro. With that gimmick, my God.
It
when
ain't.
she changed her hair up and everything, bro.
That did it for you, huh?
Oh, yeah, bro.
I hear that.
I feel like we need to figure out who this girl in the crowd is, though. Like, how can we get some more intel on that?
Yeah,
Well,
can we do like the face?
Can AI figure that out for us?
I don't know.
Let's try it.
Yeah, feed it that picture and say, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm glad that
Let's see if AI actually has any real use in the world. Tracking down bitches.
I'm glad they actually recap the
Don't try to
Shockmaster.
ignore us.
No, I need to tell you something. So I was rewatching this segment recently. And then I went and found Stevie Ray's take on the Shockmaster entrance. Because we talked about Uncle Fred's response, but then I went and listened to Stevie Ray since he was there. Stevie Ray points out that when Fred falls, Fred, you go to high school with him? You can hear Sid go, I told you. Oh, no, I told you. Well, Stevie said that earlier in the day, they were doing a walkthrough of this whole thing. And apparently Sid told them he's going to trip on that kickboard at the bottom when he tries to come through it. He told Booker that and Stevie that. And so when Uncle Fred falls through the wall and busted his ass, you literally hear Sid go, right before you hear either Booker or Stevie say, who is this motherfucker? Right before you hear that, you hear Sid say, I told you.
Everybody's putting the boots to WCW on fucking premium live event.
It's why so Stevie's telling the story like
everybody is so disdainful that they don't care about cutting promos in the middle of an angle.
So three things happen right there. Sid, as soon as he falls, Sid says, told you, I told you. Booker or Stevie says, who is this motherfucker? And then Davey Boy caps it off with, he fell flat on his fucking arse. It's wild, man. What a moment. What a moment for all the wrong reasons. All right, Doc. We then go to Charlie Norris versus Max Payne. It's a lumberjack match.
For what reason in particular?
Dude.
Oh, by the way, the reason we're having a lumberjack match, Harper, is that these two wrestled last week.
Uh-huh.
And Max Payne just left.
Why'd he leave?
We don't know.
Harper, he rolled out of the ring and walked to the back, and he lost by count out.
Guess he went to Guitar Center.
I guess so.
Yeah, they were having a sale on Charvels and crate amps.
Told you. Who is this?
Man, Max Payne does nothing for me.
Nothing.
He looks like
it,
this fucking dipshits I went to high school with.
He just. And then
Looks
they
like
put
Zoncha when fucking he was in high school.
Okay, don't insult the great.
Yeah, right.
Chris
I guarantee
Zoncha.
you that's probably what he looked like.
It's Zaha, not Zoncha.
No.
Sure.
You ever think maybe you're saying it wrong, Michael?
He's the
have you
one
ever
that told
considered
us
that
how
you're
to
the
say
problem?
it.
Yeah.
Ever considered you're the problem? All right. This got to fast forward. It is a lumberjack match between these two for no reason.
Yeah, bro.
Anything else, Doc?
Dollar store fucking Tatanka, bro.
Charlie Norris is who he's talking about there. At least it could have been much worse, so at least it wasn't.
I don't know.
The Lumberjacks are fighting. Norris chops Payne and delivers a big boot, and Charlie Norris wins, and no one gave a damn. Any other thoughts, Doc?
This would have been good for like a house show.
Yeah. What are we doing with Max Payne?
Well, he's going to be Cactus's tag partner soon.
Okay.
I say soon, a few more months.
My point is, we spent all this time building him up, and he ain't done nothing ever.
You call what they did building him up?
He would win in like less than a minute.
Nobody had an emotional investment in that dude.
Well, they were trying to, at least. That's my point.
Well, he goes to the WWE later on, right? When he dyes his hair red. That was him, right?
Man Mountain Rock?
Yeah.
I was waiting for Doc to say sure.
No, I don't need to. I'm not here to. Harper made a good contribution to the show. Why would I diminish that?
Okay. Sure.
Because I remember that gimmick.
Was it better than this one?
I don't know. I mean, I think he gained weight when he was Man Mountain Rock. I think he's bigger then than he is now.
All I know is he bores me to no end.
That's nice.
but you're the same guy.
White.
You know what Mike told me last week when we did the show.
Oh God, what did he tell you?
This motherfucker said that he's now automatically, no matter what, even if they're not on the show, giving the Toot Toot award to Harlem Heat.
Right.
We all knew this was coming, but here we are.
That's right. About time we got some diversity in here.
That's right. You got your DEI right here.
That just worked a bunch of people into a shoot. Thank you, Harper.
What?
All right. Well, we then go to the Fall Brawl Control Center with Chris Cruz, and he goes over the card again. Steamboat versus Regal for the TV title at Fall Brawl. Arn and Roma versus the Nasty Boys for the World Tag Titles. Flair versus Rude. NWA World Title on the line, and much more. Don't forget to call your local cable company. And more importantly, don't forget to go to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT to get you a Patreon membership. That way you can listen to our review of it. Doc, any thoughts on the Fall Brawl Control Center? And Regal's cutting a promo. I didn't have any notes from it, though.
I didn't either. I just don't. I guess they think he needs Dundee, but not so sure about that.
Yeah. He's just there getting that check.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with it. Because like Regal's a heel, so having that heel manager on the outside gives you, another tool.
Reason to cheat.
Yeah, it gives you another tool in the toolbox. That's what I like about it. But as far as Dundee like talking and cutting promos, I'd be fine if it's just Regal doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it from that.
Nothing against Dundee, man. You go back and hear some Memphis shit. It's great, but I'm just saying, it's 1993. It's a new time. It's our time.
It's a new day. Here. Yes, it is.
Oh.
We then come out of that and we go to Yoshi Kwan versus Buddy Ryan. No, not the former Eagles head coach.
I was praying that it was so that I could watch him get that nerve hold and just go down to his knees.
But that is his name. Look at him, Harper.
Hi.
What are the chances he's really from Philly and they didn't know what to do, so they just called him Buddy Ryan?
Probably better than 50% chance, I'd say. What do you think?
You're up, Buddy Ryan.
Right.
Was that his name? Oh, hell, I don't know. He said he was from Philly.
He said he was from Philly, so that's what we named him.
This fucking bag, bro.
Yeah.
It's full of his dreams.
Harper's referencing Cactus's little bag that Harley Race and Yoshi Kwan keep walking out with and taunting Cactus with. But I will say this.
Why is it important to him?
Well, I don't. Cactus did talk about it last week when you weren't with us, so at least Cactus is being consistent. That was a hell of a bump. I had that timestamp. Watch Yoshi Kwan deliver this kick to Ryan, and he bumped his ass off on that. It looked great. That was the main note I had from that. Doc, did you have anything?
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy tattoo for him to have on his arm in 1993.
What's he have?
A sleeve.
Oh.
Almost.
Upper,
Yeah, upper for sure. What are you trying to say? People back then didn't have a whole sleeve?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying.
Now everybody's got sleeves.
Granny's got a forehead tattoo.
Yeah, I know. Fucking remember, like back in the day, you're like, man, I bet that guy's been a Angola. Now it's like, man, I bet that guy's vegan.
Dude, I'll never forget like going to like the bowling alley when I was a kid, and you see these guys with the one tattoo on the forearm, and it'd be like, yeah, he's been in the hole before. Nowadays, Harper, what did you just say, Harper? See somebody with a tattoo, and he's like, oh, he's a vegan.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's just, I think it's mandatory. I mean, now if you want to stick out, you don't get one.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's reversed.
Right. And I never got because it's just, it's another way to identify yourself to the authorities.
Do you need to stay?
No, but I get what he's saying. Like it's
a distinguishing feature.
That further tells you that some of the people who get these numerous tattoos aren't even thinking past, hey, I might be a criminal. I maybe shouldn't mark myself up like that.
No, well, you know what? I got these angel wings because of my grandma that died. You know those stupid fucking women, bro? I got this tattoo from. Hey, bro, no, fuck that.
I don't know.
Oh, this is for my dead grandma tattoo. I'm thinking, bitch, if you want to honor your grandma, stop being a fucking hizzo. Because I bet your grandma is not looking down like, oh, I'm so glad Rachel got that tattoo of the wings on her with my fucking birthday. That really honors me. She probably, bitch, stop being a hoe. Put the coat down. Get a job.
What if grandma was a hoe?
No, grandmas can't be hoes.
Shit.
All right,
Mike.
Right, Mike. Yoshi Kwan wins with the nerve hole. Cactus runs out.
And they cut to the crowd.
Dude, Yoshi Kwan's bump is great. Watch Harley.
Now they're in the crowd.
I know, but watch Harley. Yeah, dude, I love Harley as a manager, the way he sells. And Harley's not afraid to bump at his age. I mean, look at him go over the top rope. Yeah. Anyway, it was great. Yeah, they shouldn't have gone to the crowd right when Cactus came out. I don't know who's directing this thing, but they messed up there. That was good stuff, though, bro. Really was. Any thoughts on the finish, Doc?
Yoshi Kwan needs to mist.
Oh, damn, that's true, huh? I didn't think about that.
That mist is a visual.
It really is.
Remember that time? Rosemary spat the mist and unglued.
Okay, I remember it because I had a baseball game with a kid that night. You were watching it, and you told me don't miss Impact. And
remember when that was a sentence that would get said?
And sure enough, I get home, turn it on, and Rosemary just spits this mist. I don't even know who she spit it at. And I was like, wow, that was good.
Yeah, because it was coming down the aisle, and it was just, you could see it all over the arena, man.
She had a lot of talent. I don't know what happened to her.
I think she's still with Impact.
Is she?
No,
man, if it's paying the bills, knock yourself out.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay.
I just come on here and I say shit.
Well, we'll keep moving. Let's go to Rick Rude now, who, remember, he's taking on Ric Flair at the pay-per-view, but he's got Dustin Rhodes before that tonight. Let's see what he's got to say.
Yeah, she's still there, I think. Yeah.
Here it is.
Back in his dressing room right now is the man who'll be going after Dustin Rhodes and after a chance of becoming the U.S. Heavyweight Champion once again, ravishing Rick Rude. And here's the man, in a week's time, we'll go after Ric Flair and his World Heavyweight title. But Rick Rude, I want to ask you a question. you could become the U.S. Heavyweight Champion later on this program, and that would make you the #1 contender. First things first, what's on your mind? Ric Flair or Dustin Rhodes?
Giovanni, like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of a champion's life. Nature Boy, in your illustrious career as undisputed champion, 10 times undisputed champion, the photographs, the memories, the memorabilia you may take with you to the grave. Everything else belongs to me. Fall Brawl 93, Flair, I'm gonna clean you out, lock, stock, and barrel. Now then, Dustin Rhodes, you're a man whose destiny is at hand. I want you to know you're nothing but a boil on a booty of life. And Ravishing Rick Rude is gonna make like 250 pounds of Oxy 5. Translation, Rhodes, you're finished.
You're nothing but a boil on the booty of life. Doc, thoughts?
I don't like that line because I don't like my heels using terms like booty.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
I couldn't be more serious. I think booty is not a word unless it's bootios.
Okay, well, you go ahead and be outraged over there and over him saying booty.
You should have said on the rear end.
At least. See, Harper agrees. Booty is a child's word. I need my heels to be badass.
Well, why not just say ass?
Well, I got no problem with that.
He could have said it and they could have bleeped it out. I don't know. They probably would have bleeped it out knowing TBS at the time.
Oh, yeah.
We can hit women, but we can't say the word ass.
Yeah. Harper,
No, I mean, the other part of it was good, though. I mean, he's talking about Flair and cleaning him out. He should have been like, I'm going to clean you out like X-Lax. Wait, what?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was fine. It was Rick Rude.
I just don't like the word booty.
Okay. Are you going to make me stop on those women right there, too, that just showed up? Because you have a thing about stopping on women. Harper, did you? Well, we're waiting on Doc to comment.
I wasn't sure how old those were, so I did not.
I mean, they're cute.
They look underage.
Yeah, I didn't stop there because I don't do that.
Harper, any thoughts on Rick Rude?
Good. Typical Rude. It just sucks because every time I see it, it's like we're getting closer and closer to see him, rolling out.
Unfortunately. Well, from there we go to Ricky Steamboat versus the Equalizer. Ugh, Doc, this is... your thoughts?
Poor old Ricky Steamboat, huh?
Ricky Steamboat, the dragon.
He's a family guy.
Damn song.
He's got 8 boxes of cereal in his house at one time.
You think Ricky was lactose intolerant?
Oh, no way.
You know what's crazy, Doc? Like you say, this is your dark period, right? The fact give me the roundabout date, not exact week, that you were back in to WCW. 94?
No.
It wasn't 94?
I didn't see no.
Oh,
I didn't see anything in 93 or 94 for sure. The darkest of days. Because I'm like in college.
Yeah.
So when you come back, then if it's that late for you, Steamboat's gone by the time you're.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get.
Oh
at.
yeah. Oh yeah. I got back and he was gone and fucking Rude was gone too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see Rick Rude in WCW.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, you did, but it would have been in the 80s.
Correct.
With Manny.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna say it's sometime in 95, and I could get more specific by seeing I'd have to do some looking at it, and I don't mind doing that offline, but yeah, it was definitely 95. And I don't know how deep into 95 either.
I was just curious.
Yeah. So, I never saw Equalizer at all.
Yeah. I didn't see him until he used to the crazy cousin.
Right.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, you would.
Oh, really?
Why wouldn't you have seen that, Doc?
I don't know.
Because what year was that, Harper?
95, huh?
I said I don't know how deep into 95 I came back in.
I have a couple of like lines of,
and I remember telling my buddy who was watching it, I was like, I can't believe you watch that shit still. What are you, 12?
And you got back.
And now here I am.
I've been talking to a lot of my friends and relatives. They're like, you still kind of watch that shit. Like, and now the ones that still get it, they don't even tell me nothing. They're just like, you know.
And now here I am, 50 years old, and I watched fucking John Cena cut his cranky old man heel promo last night on Raw. So there you go.
That was great. Man, there's nothing more true than heel John Cena, cranky old man. Like, it is truly an example of what happens to us when we get old. I will die on that hill. Not that I want to die.
We all die, Mike.
We all get, dude. I have enough self-realization that I'm like, yes, we are all cranky old men. We are crankier than we were 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It is what it is. You can't even, and for people that try to deny it, it's like, nah, just own it, man. You got old and you got cranky.
The first step into that, though, is realizing when things aren't for you.
Yeah, some people don't cross that Rubicon.
They want to still be at the club. No, that's not for you.
Fuck that. No,
right,
bro.
Right. If Kenny's Key West was still open, Harper would not be there, right, Harper?
No, fuck no.
Exactly.
Now, if we came to town, would you go? Could we go one night just to check it out and have a laugh?
Oh yeah.
No.
But then we get tired of it real fast and go to a bar where we could be around.
It wouldn't happen. We would either be at the Bay or what's the other place we go after X-Rated, Harper?
Free plug.
What's the place? What's the place we go?
The Harbor.
The Harbor. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
And that
I can't deal with that shit anymore.
There's nothing.
I just want to sit down and be left alone.
Sit down, have a drink, and be left alone. That's it.
Yeah.
And for a guy who used to go to rock clubs every night of the week, I want to be able to hear my friends talk.
Dude, that's why I can't even, like, if I'm watching college football, UFC, WWE, NFL, I don't want to be in a bar or anything because I just want to be sitting down, not being bothered.
Yeah, but they always got that pass interference. What the fuck? Right. There's always 10 of those assholes. It's always pass interference. It could be a run and play. What the fuck, bro? Hold it. Pass interference. Shut the fuck up.
He ain't wrong.
That's
not
bullshit,
wrong.
bro. They're cheating, man. But they still hate the Saints, bro. There's fucking those dudes.
Yep.
They're the same guys, though, that if you told them it was fixed, they'd all get upset.
He ain't lying. All right. Back to Ricky Steamboat.
It's all a cheat. You're getting cheated, but if it was scripted, you're upset. Shut up.
Yeah.
It's a great point, Doc. Back to Ricky Steamboat and the Equalizer. Doc, any thoughts or can I go to the finish?
Let me see. I was going to ask you guys, and we started talking about this. When does he become Kevin Sullivan's brother?
I don't remember.
Like 95 or something. Like, just Google it.
Well, I thought we might discuss it.
Wait a second. Harper's the main one that will ask a question, and if we don't know the answer to it, he gets mad. And I'm just like, well, Google it, because what's going to happen then is there come the inbox messages. Tell Doc this or tell Harper this. But when you ask the question, Doc, he wants you to Google it.
By the way, nobody ever does anything that you tell us to do. Nobody has ever told me to do anything based on something that's happened on this show.
Oh, I get a ton of messages for you all the time.
I'm sure, but you never relayed them to me.
I never remember. Because by the time I remember, it's like another week's gone by, and then more messages come in and more, and show this to Doc, tell Doc this, send Doc this. I'm like, man, you need a personal assistant, dude.
We need an intern. I've been saying that for years. You know, I listen to Jeff Jarrett every once in a while, and he's like, I'm reading the research. And I'm like, man, that sounds great. How do we get some of that?
Okay. His name was Dave Sullivan.
Right.
Kevin Sullivan's kayfabe brother was Dave Sullivan, a
Yes.
character who was portrayed as as what do you call it?
Slow.
Yeah.
It was like a goon
And
to me, too.
Yeah. And being bullied by the Nasty Boys. In his WCW debut, Kevin Sullivan made appearances with WCW in January and March 94, teaming with his kayfabe brother Dave Sullivan at house shows and on WCW Pro and WCW Worldwide.
So early
Feud
next
with
year.
Hogan. Yeah. Kevin Sullivan and Dave Sullivan had a feud with Hogan with Kevin turned on Dave, which started a feud that went into 1995. After his feuds with Kevin ended, Dave fell in love with Kimberly, the valet of Diamond Dallas Page. Page took offense to this and started a feud with Dave that lasted all summer.
I don't even remember that, and I know I was locked into it at that point. I don't even remember him having a thing for Kimberly.
Was that before or after she was the booty babe?
This was before that, wasn't it?
When I tuned in,
Yeah, that would have been before. Because
I can tell you though, but I can tell you based on that when I tuned in, one of the big feuds, it seemed like it was on every pay-per-view, was Johnny B. Bad and DDP.
Right. Yeah, you know what that was over? That was over, I think DDP, like, I think they were at bingo or something, and Kimberly won money, and DDP stole her money and something to do with it, and Johnny was trying to fight for her, and DDP was treating her bad. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember Dave Sullivan having a thing for her. Like that completely is gone from my mind if that happened. But I know exactly what you're talking about, because like I said, I've always been a Johnny B. Bad fan. Unfortunately,
see, that's
some
the
people
part
here
where I
aren't.
came in and I was like, what is this Johnny B. Bad thing?
What are you trying to say?
Right. What are you trying to say?
I'm
Boomer?
confused. He's black. He's Little Richard. He's gay.
What's
he's
the
a
problem
baby
here, Doc?
face.
I thought you were woke.
21-year-old me was very confused.
Well, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
That's a you problem.
Can you cancel
need to
me
do
from
some soul searching and look into your heart and see where that hate comes from.
There's nothing in there.
Thank
It's
you.
clogged up.
Thank you, Harper. Thanks for co-signing.
It's clogged up. But maybe you can
modify
cancel
your
me.
behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cancel me now for later. I mean, earlier for what? What?
Can we? Okay, this started with Dave Sullivan. What are we doing?
Yeah.
This is why the AI hates us.
Yeah.
Unprofessional
Our
is
job
code
is to
word for
confuse
we
the
suck.
AI.
It went to new listener of the week, right, Matt Wilson? Okay.
There are no new listeners. We're all here together now.
All right. Ricky Steamboat wins. Orndorff got involved. Steamboat fought him off. Orndorff appeared to be loading up the fists with a foreign object, but Equalizer nailed Orndorff by accident, and Steamboat rolls him up and wins. Doc, anything on that before we go to Tony and Jesse throw into an interview with the Shockmaster?
Harper, you ever seen this before?
No.
All right.
Well,
brace yourself. Brace for impact, as you like to say.
For reals.
Here it is. We will talk about it on the other side.
Stumbling appearance for the Shockmaster back on the 18th of August here at Clash of the Champions. But earlier in the week, I had a chance to sit down and talk to this guy and find out what he's all about.
He was sitting down. Good.
Let's take it to this interview I had with the Shockmaster.
August 1993, Clash of the Champions will go down as a memorable moment in World Championship Wrestling. Not just because of the wrestling, but because of what happened. A Flair for the gold, the entrance of the Shockmaster. And we've joined the Shockmaster at his lunchtime break, and as you can see, he looks much different than he did at Clash of the Champions. A lot of times we go for the spectacular entrances in WCW, and we really had one, didn't we?
Well, spectacular. What can I tell you? I mean, here I am sitting back to this Stinger's going to introduce me, right? I'm waiting out. There's millions of people. I know it's going in my head. My hands are sweating. I got goosebumps, you know. And all of a sudden, people start yelling and screaming, boom, boom! All these explosions. I can't find the door to get out of the stage where I'm supposed to be. Boom! I made my own door. Fell down on my face. Hat falls off. What? Oh man.
Hey, you know, everybody's talking about it, okay? Everybody's talking about your entrance, and it was something special in itself. But what is also special in itself, that the fact that you have to go into the double ring cage War Games, the match beyond, coming up on September 19th. That's going to be a battle. What a way to come into WCW.
Let me tell you something. I may not be the most graceful person in the world, you know, but let me tell you something. When I get inside that ring, I mean business. I'm like a shark in the deep water, man, and I'm real hungry.
Yeah, and you're very intense right now, but I know I saw you in the hallway before you sit down here to lunch, and you seem to be a pretty nice guy. There's a lot of kids looking for your autograph. You seem to like children. Is that the case?
Man, I love kids, man. I can't even tell you, express to you, you know. They like comic books. I like comic books, you know, watching cartoons on the TV. Man, I watch them all. Bugs Bunny, you know, the Roadrunner. Beep, beep.
Okay, but listen, get ready for War Games. We're out of time. Want to come back and talk to you again, okay?
Oh, man, thanks a lot.
All right, the Shockmaster. Thanks, buddy. Did we get that on camera? We did?
Jesus Christ.
Tell us how you really feel, Harper.
What are they sitting in, like a Fridays or something?
Some kind of eatery, obviously. I mean, it looks like it. Hard to tell.
God damn. What was that place? The Henry's, where you throw the peanuts on the floor.
God, I hated that place.
What, did you get touched there or something?
No,
I know what the hell was that about.
It was disgusting.
Bro, I can imagine.
You know what? You know, not O. Henry's. I was thinking of, was it called Bennigan's, Harper? They used to have one on Vets.
Oh, Bennigan's, yeah.
Oh my God, I went there one night.
We used to go to Bennigan's all the time, me and Randy.
I went to the one across from Lakeside one night with my ex-girlfriend who just wanted to go out, and I'm like, I'm tired. I got to work tomorrow, and we go out to eat.
I'm cheap.
And bruh, the food was terrible, and my stomach was. I don't even remember. My stomach was killing me that night. This broad puked her guts out in the middle of the night. She got food poisoning. I never ate there again.
So, the Shockmaster likes cartoons.
Yeah.
The Shockmaster seems like this is worse than Tugboat.
Well, after we saw him trip and
why
fall,
do kids want his autograph? They don't know who he is.
And I'm thinking, why does he have a shoot job if he's a wrestler?
Real.
For WCW.
Can y'all stop being so negative?
I'm not. I mean, but you never see him fucking talking to. I mean, you name him, dude. The fucking Tom Zink is like, hey, I just got off of work and he's wearing a hard hat. They're like, no, you're a fucking wrestler.
First off, Tom Zink has the charisma of my left pinky toe.
Yeah, but his profession was still a professional wrestler.
Boogie, nothing about Tom Zink said professional wrestler, but okay.
Stop giving him a hard time. You know what he's trying to say, and maybe he picked the wrong guy, but it's still the truth.
Okay, Doc.
I want to see him get out that booth.
Well, you know this is old. There's an ashtray on the table.
Oh, yeah.
This is back when you could smoke in a restaurant.
That's always where you wanted to be if you were a waiter or waitress.
Nailed it. I was watching that a little while ago because it was on. They nailed it when they're like, man, you can't even have a square on Earth no more. You got to go to the moon and smoke. Dude, you cannot smoke not that I'm a smoker, but you can't smoke anywhere anymore.
So about
casinos.
A little over a year ago, Harper, I was at a bar. And we had a little get together with some people, and one of them was going to smoke, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go get a puff." And they came out and like, "You can't smoke outside here."
You can't even smoke outside?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you would have thought I was Grizzly Smith.
from wanting just a smoke. Jesus.
Can you vape outside? Probably not.
I wouldn't know. I've never done that. I don't know.
All right, so real quick, any other thoughts on the Shockmaster's quote-unquote interview or promo?
Why don't they just pull the plug on it?
Dude.
Just nobody saw him.
The thing is, the crazy part, they just wait. You ain't seen nothing yet. They are going to lean into the clumsiness. I remember, I don't know when it happens, but I remember him running out to the ring to make a save, and he like tries to hurdle the barricade, and instead he just plows through it.
How's that going to draw a dime?
Dude, I don't know, but I'm just telling you, they like this is what you're seeing right now is nothing the way they lean into it.
What are we doing?
Well, does he eventually team up with Sting in the British Bulldog?
Well, he's in the.
Or did they just like cut that out?
He's in Fall Brawl. He's in the freaking War Games.
Man, bro.
Yeah, man, bro is right.
Man.
And you wonder why I give the Rolex to Harlem Heat every week.
I hope he can step away from his Roadrunner cartoons for this.
I mean.
And his comic books.
Right. Right, Doc?
This guy.
So
I just don't understand what the thought process is of like, okay, maybe we should regroup.
The thing is your brother-in-law is there, dude. He's come up with something else.
You got to love WCW because once they get an idea, they're going to stick with it.
I guess they could have just pretended like that never happened.
Right. Like that. Wrestling is known for that. Why can't we try that?
Especially back then, because if you didn't see it when it happened, it didn't happen.
Right. There's no Twitter.
Just never, ever bring that up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, we'd have been talking about it 20 years later, and once the internet becomes a thing and you get social media and all that stuff, and don't get me wrong, there would have been people talking about it, but it could have kind of disappeared at least a little bit.
Remember that time? Nope.
But
I would have just changed his fucking whole gimmick. Right. I mean, just like you said, like you didn't see his face.
Yeah.
I would just gave him a whole new fucking gimmick and then pretend like that shit never fucking happened.
Harper.
Remember that time? Nope.
No.
Harper, what would Shockmaster Ole Anderson's voice say about Shockmaster falling and how dumb the gimmick was?
You fat asshole. The only reason you're here because you're Dusty's brother-in-law. Don't forget that.
There we go.
What would Dman say about this whole debacle?
Oh, my God.
Oh God, well, look, bro. I'm not going to say because, look, bro, we've all gotten jobs because we know somebody, right? All of us. And this is the same thing. But, bro, he shouldn't have been there.
Why not? I mean, he's a wrestler.
Yeah,
wait, hold on.
This gimmick.
Wait, D-Man, who is he?
Come on, bro. The Shockmaster, bro. I mean, get the Stormtrooper helmet that's been glittered up. He's got some fur coat that, I don't know, is made from like Nutria or something. He's got the sleeves cut off. Like, how's that going to get over?
You're talking about a WWF Hall of Famer.
I was waiting for D-Man to call him Otman.
Natural disasters, bro. Come on, man.
I was waiting for D-Man to call him Otman.
Disaster. Well, Otman, you know. Anyway.
And he was a tugboat guy. I mean, come on. You was the guy for the gravity check box.
Okay, D-Man, could he have gotten over if he didn't bust his ass on the way through the thing?
Come on, man. You couldn't get this over.
Why not?
It's just so stupid, man. I mean, even for this era, bro. I mean, it's just worse than Norman the fucking lunatic, bro.
True.
We appreciate your appearance tonight, D-Man. Moving right along.
I find myself agreeing with D-Man.
Yeah. See? Tell me about it. Harlem Heat taking on the Cole twins. Doc, your thoughts?
Well, Harlem Heat has figured out a way in their early part of their career to drag a good match out of the coals.
Mm-hmm. They're good. Just admit it. They're good.
They are good. I like Harlem Heat a lot. There's never been a debate about that. Can you go to 58 minutes straight up? This looks painful.
Do we need audio or what?
No.
That?
Yeah.
That didn't hurt.
Dude,
I didn't say.
Doc, I just noticed something. Remember back then, like during the whole Garth era, those like fire shirts were big with the country western.
Yeah.
Shit. You think that's what that is?
That is what it.
Cut the sleeves off of it.
I believe Booker said in the A&E documentary on him years ago, that is where they got that design from.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
those shirts were big with that whole fucking gimmick.
Yeah, Booker said
Let me all on my roots.
Booker said that was the irony of it. Here they are, Harlem Heat, and they use the
country western shirts.
Right. Yeah, that is that. I couldn't remember the country artist because I was trying to remember it a few weeks ago.
Do you have like a
Garth Brooks, dude?
Do you have like an urban cowboy period where you were a cowboy, Harper?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He wore the cowboy hat and the boots and went to Mustang Sally's and off Williams Boulevard. I could see him in there. Jesus, he would have looked like an asshole, but I know he did it. I didn't know him at the time, but I can only imagine. I wish there was pictures.
You used to have the Justin hat, bro?
Of course you did. Of course.
See, mine was the George Strait edition.
Jesus Christ.
He had his own hats.
Boy, you must have looked like
Jordan's hats, bro.
Typical Metairie Kenna dipshit in Mustang.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I could only imagine.
I wear my boots.
On any given night that you were out, let's just say shit kicking at the shit kicker bar with the hat on and the boots on, what's the over-under on how many times you use the N-word?
Okay. Come on. No. Seriously, Doc.
What?
I wasn't alluding to anything like that. I was saying he looked like a
You ever been to one of those bars, Mike? You might want to not.
I went in Mustangs one time, and I was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Right. You're not welcome there. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying you shouldn't be welcome there. I'm just telling you you're not.
First off, I got a strange look the way I was dressed because I didn't have the cowboy boots.
To mean?
Well, what do you think?
He had those goddamn twisty ties in his hair.
And I was like, look at these dipshits in here, man.
I'll be like, I don't know.
They all got cowboy boots on and cowboy hats, and ain't now one of these bastards a cowboy. That's what got me.
He's in there going, look at these dipshits, and they're looking at him going, look at this dipshit.
You're like, look at this asshole. I think he might be Creole.
Walked up in there with a FUBU shirt on, jeans.
Boy.
Now you know that's a lie because they had a dress code in there.
Oh yeah, bro. Because the shirt had to be tucked in, which made no fucking. You know, when you think about it, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, shirt had to be tucked in. I don't. They had a dress code. That's all I remember.
Hats. You couldn't wear a baseball cap. I think I remember.
I went one time and I was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
But it had those same motherfuckers in there doing all those little dances. Boot scoot boogie.
Oh my God.
What year was this, Harper?
What?
That you were throwing down.
A cowboy hat on?
You were looking at, going to this place and doing these things.
Oh, fuck. We were doing this. Fuck. I had my hat till a couple of years ago. Fuck, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. From like 10 years ago.
Your girlfriend misplaced it, I bet.
I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but it was beat to shit.
The Mustangs in Metairie closed in like 01 maybe, Harper?
Dude, you gotta understand, back then I was dressed like a fucking Metallica, like fucking Max Payne.
Yeah, but you were like a chameleon because you just said you wore the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat. You literally just made my point. All these idiots and dipshits in there who
would
dress like cowboys and none of them were cowboys.
Yeah.
Hey, he would have put on the FUBU if that's where the ass was at. Let's be clear.
Exactly, Mike. Come on.
You got a great point with that one.
You got to read the room, Michael.
I know how to read the room. You don't.
Don't be yourself. Don't ever be yourself.
Man, I wish I'd have known Harper back then so I could have took him into Roxbury.
Oh, boy.
That would have been fun.
But those places, they used to have fights in there, though.
Excuse me, those places? What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Those fucking country western places.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because everyone thinks they're fucking, like
John Wayne.
Yeah, exactly. Like they just stepped out of a fucking Louis Lamar fucking novel.
You're right.
The fuck?
Okay. Back to Harlem
You know who
eating
that was, Mike?
What's that?
You know who that was?
Who?
Louis L'Amour.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's nice.
That means he doesn't.
Back
he doesn't
to
want it.
Harlem Heat versus the Cole Twins. Doc, any thoughts on the match?
Let me see. I have a feeling that by the end of this, you're going to make me hate Harlem Heat.
Okay, you've said that now for 3 weeks in a row, so whatever.
My other note was this is the best the Coles have ever looked.
Sure is.
It is true.
Wonder why.
Maybe they found a good dance partner that they have chemistry with. I don't know.
Keith Cole had Booker pinned, but Stevie comes in and drops an elbow while the ref's back was turned. And when the ref turns around, Booker pins Keith Cole. But after the match, Harlem Heat just continues just assaulting these poor saps. They beat him down.
You like that too. You called me and said you whipped your own meat to it.
Okay. And Harlem Heat end up getting DQ'd because they kept beating down the Cole Twins.
Because they can't follow the rules.
Right. Sure. Sure. Any other thoughts, Doc?
No.
By the way, they're getting a Rolex again.
I'm sure they are.
Doc, we come back from commercial. There's a Flair promo, but it's really meat and potatoes. Do you have anything from it? It's really short.
He doesn't say anything.
He really doesn't. He tells Rude that he is watching and waiting to see what happens. And he's referring to Dustin versus Rude that is coming up in a second, where Rude's U.S. title is on the line. So that's what happens here. And that was it. So he really doesn't say anything. It's super quick. From there, this gets weird because they go to commercial. We come back from commercial, and it's Dustin versus Rude. We get the intros, and then we go to commercial again, and then we come back for the match finally. So Flair's on commentary with Jesse and Tony Schiavone. They start off really slow because they've got the last 26-7 minutes of the show to work. So I guess this is my moment to go to you and see what you might have from this one.
I thought maybe Flair struggled a bit because Jesse didn't give him a lot of room to talk. So there were like long periods where you didn't hear at all from Flair.
Yeah, I also wonder why he was even out there on commentary. I don't think you needed that at that moment.
Jesse takes up a whole lot of oxygen.
Yeah, and again, you don't. I'd much rather hear Flair cut a real good promo than I would listening to him on commentary. And to like Flair, we've heard him on commentary a handful of times. I don't think he's really good on commentary.
I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's necessary if Jesse's going to be out there motor mouthing, which is fine. You paid him a lot of money to do this, so I'm good with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree. And him and Tony together are good, and because Tony no-sells him, and Jesse keeps poking the bear, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm with you. I don't think you need. I feel like somebody wanted Flair out there, but they didn't need him.
Well, and then at one point, Jesse tied Rick up. He said, so basically, Rick said, Rude's never walked that aisle. And Jesse goes, well, he's been the U.S. champ. Isn't that walking an aisle? So if Flair says that's bullshit, then he's burying the title.
Right.
So he's like, well, it is a aisle, but it's not the big aisle. And still, it's like Flair kind of was like, I'm not sure how to play this. Jesse was all over the place here.
Yeah, all that I know what you mean. The thing was, I felt like when Jesse questioned him, Flair should have said, Jesse, you know what I mean. He's never been the world heavyweight champion. No disrespect to him being the U.S. champion. He's just never been the world heavyweight champion. Like, that's all he had to say, but it didn't come out that way.
And now here we are with it ruined.
It's not ruined, but they also didn't think 30 plus years later some three dipshits were going to be in a podcast psychoanalyzing either.
Yeah.
Why y'all talking about it like it's real?
Let me tell you something. There's a shit pile of podcasts that are doing a lot more harm to the world these days than the three of us.
Oh, God.
That's not true.
There's a bunch of, we're the worst. Let me see, there's a bunch of shitheads spouting off a bunch of shit all over podcasts.
The problem is there's too many people who, like, there are way too many people that tune into podcasts and they don't realize it ain't that serious. We're just busting balls and having fun.
Correct.
You get too many dipshits out there who listen to, like, y'all tried it earlier. You worked a few people into a shoot, and what they don't realize is it's their problem, not ours. Like, we're just three jack-offs who have shoot jobs trying to just survive in this ridiculous, stupid, unreal, just harmful world. We're trying to pass the time by having fun as Dustin dick dances over Rude right there. And you got idiots who get worked into a shoot because I said, Harlem Heat, about time we got some diversity in here. Grow up. Lighten up.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Can you also go to 120?
I will, but I need Harper to explain Dustin's level of dick dancing right here. Harper, look at this.
There we go. Let's see.
He's grinding it out.
Oh, yeah. Boot scoot boogie.
Oh.
Okay. What timestamp, Doc? What?
1:20:06.
Okay.
More dick dancing.
The point I was making, there's too many podcasts that take themselves seriously. And here we are watching 30-plus-year-old wrestling. And what do we point out? We've pointed out three things in this match. Flair's commentary, and the other two things were Dustin dick dancing and Rude dick dancing.
Well, to be fair, they've wrestled about 8 times this spring and summer, so we're running out of things to talk about.
I don't disagree.
I still like watching these two get after it, though. They got good chemistry and they put on good matches, and they tell good stories when they wrestle. So continue to do that in this one where we're working the lower back. Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we go to the finish?
I think we're good for the finish.
All right. So let me get us there. There is a series of false finishes on Rude. And then as we watch it here, Dustin eventually hits the Bulldog, but the ref is hit in the process of that. Rude grabs a chair, but Ric Flair is here to save the day, and he takes the chair from Rude. And then Dustin schoolboys Rude, 1, 2, 3 pins him, and we have a new United States heavyweight champion. It is Dustin Rhodes, who defeats, Rick Rude. Doc, what did you think about the finish as we watch it here and it's working towards it?
I was fine with that. I'm just saying, shouldn't Dustin now get the title shot since he's the #1 contender?
Why do you have to use logic like that?
Just saying.
You are right though. They do like to point out in the past, like, oh, you're U.S. champ. That means you're the number one contender. But they
remember when the Intercontinental title? They used to say that about that title because that's how they got the Ultimate Warrior to face Hogan because he was the Intercontinental champion. That I'm thinking. I know Tito Santana was the Intercontinental champion, and he never wrestled fucking Hogan.
Right. Also, Rude keeps calling Flair the undisputed champion. Well, what the fuck's Vader?
Let Harper finish. What were you saying, Harper?
Because like Tito Santana, Ricky Steamboat, they were the Intercontinental champion. And I was thinking, wait a minute, they never wrestled against Hogan. That's bullshit.
Well, in wrestling, we make it up as we go.
I know, Mike. I'm just saying. I was like 11 years old.
No.
Wait a minute.
I was saying like wrestling promoters and bookers do so much mental gymnastics. It's not funny.
Oh, we couldn't get rid of Shockmaster.
Right?
No.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You have creative ability to do anything you want here, and you can't get rid of Shockmaster. But to the point Harper's making, yeah, you get all these people who were IC champ. They never got a shot at the world title because it wasn't going to happen. But then we've had times where it's like, oh no, the U.S. champion is the number one contender, or like in Harper's case, the IC champ is the number one contender.
Yeah.
They should get the next shot, but they only do it when they want to.
Well, that's because they were both faces, and they wanted to keep them both faces. And so how do you get a face versus a face? And that's how they fucking did it.
But you're right.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Doc? I'm sorry.
Rude keeps saying that Flair's the undisputed champion. So what does that make Vader?
Well, they got a whole lot going on between the NWA heavyweight title and the WCW title, because it's coming up where we split from the NWA, and then that's when they start calling the big gold the International World Heavyweight title. It's so stupid. And then you got Vader, who's the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. So trying to make sense of what you're talking about right now, you'll never make sense of it.
That sounds great.
I know. I'm just saying. Do you remember that part of it though when that happened?
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Because they're gonna call this belt that Flair has for quite some time the undisputed, or they'll call it different things, but yeah, they'll use that terminology as well.
So here's the thing. Let's go back and just give some props to Rude and Dustin, because they've had some really great matches. Never really put on a stinker.
Free TV.
Tell some good stories, and they've been doing this a while. This is the blow off. Good for them. They deserve some flowers. 3
matches like this on free TV.
Plus the pay-per-view stuff. Iron Man.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And give them their flowers, Mike.
So that is how the show wraps up, Doc. That's it. We go off air with basically Dustin being the champion. On that note, we got to rate it, hand out the Rolex, give out flowers, as Doc says, although I'm not giving flowers out. Before we do it, just a reminder, the only way you're going to get in 2 weeks Fall Brawl, the pay-per-view review, is by going to tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. You can not only listen to that pay-per-view, you can listen to all the other WCW pay-per-views we've done dating back to 1985, all the Clash of the Champions that we've done through 24 now, all of the JV Goon Squad shows, the World Class shows with Lance and myself, Patreon, tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, Doc, it's time to rate it. Hand out the Rolex. Toot Toot. What are you going to rate it?
Well, no. Harper, what are you going to rate it?
A C+.
Whoa, who hates wrestling?
I don't hate wrestling. It's just, what do you see on here?
Wow. You would think after our discussion about Mustang Sally's and all the other things we got into tonight, which I don't even remember at
I'll
this
give it a
point.
C plus. I mean that's not
C
bad.
plus.
Okay.
I've been giving them B's fucking every week.
Doc,
C plus. Huh?
that means we go to you. What are you going to give it? Harper's slapping his leg right now.
Yeah, he's nervous because we called him out on his bullshit. That's
Wait, what were you about to say, Harper?
They had Fanatics had their clearance stuff like 75% off, so they still got the Dodgers World Series shit, and I bought what do you call it, the locker room hat.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $5. I'm sitting there. Fanatics got to get the stickers all over the hat, official license this, and I've been peeling the stickers off, fucking with them for like 2 hours.
Do you clip coupons too?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if I had to, where do you get coupons from?
I don't know.
I guess from the mailbox, but see now, my mom, she still got the fucking newspaper until she died, so she would always have that at the house. And if there was a coupon and there was something I bought, I would fucking okay, just come with me,
bro. My mama was the same way until the day she died. That damn newspaper came. She only got the Sunday, but that bitch was always loaded with coupons.
Mm-hmm. Always had coupons for Speed Stick and shit like that.
I ain't no coupon shamer, man. You got it, you clip it and use it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't too proud to save a buck or two.
Why don't you just print them out? But I wasted in fucking ink and fucking paper.
That's right.
So I'm fucking myself.
Right.
So fuck that.
Yeah, you working yourself at that point.
Right.
When you think of how much the damn cartridge costs for the cartridge costs for the Phantom printer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Doc, rate the show.
I was caught up in that conversation.
I know you
apologize. I'm gonna give this a B plus.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm the same way. Like, we got Dustin versus Rude for the U.S. title, a title switch.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been having great matches. This was the third one.
That's true, huh?
You know, we got Harlem Heat in there pulling a match out of the Cole twins. No disrespect to them. I'm like,
disrespectful.
This was the Nasty Boys in there winning. You know, making their kind of like their Saturday night debut here, and I mean, this was fine. If you take the commercials out, this is not even an hour show. So
I don't know what he hates about it, Mike.
I don't know what.
You know what it was? You know what it was is the show pulled too much of the spotlight away from him, and he doesn't like it.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'm going B+ like Doc as well, which leaves us with the Rolex and the Toot Toot. Harper, who you giving yours to?
I give mine a Rude.
But he lost.
You sell?
Oh.
Boy, you sound like a mark and a half with that
Got
comment.
that promo.
It's like I remember when I was on the Independents. People that know you're a wrestler, the first thing they ask you they see you on a Monday at the shoot job. Did you win or lose?
But people ask me that. I said, I always win.
I just like. I think I used to say the same thing, but I'm like, wow.
Wasn't a lot of there. There was the only thing I won this weekend was a free hot dog coupon for a free hot dog in my envelope.
I never did that. That whole handshake and a hot dog thing. I'm gonna get some cash from you.
Dude. Yeah.
I told you about the time somebody tried to pay me in beers.
That sounds great.
They paid me, but it was less than what was promised, and then they're like trying to give me a few.
The moment I hear that shit once, you will never hear from me again.
I never worked from that promoter again.
Never.
The dude called me a few months later wanting to book me again. I'm like, nah, I can't make it, bro. Well, you know,
what's the lowest amount of dollars you ever got for a performance?
I won't say that on the show.
Oh, wow.
Put it this way. I always got paid.
That's what I'm saying is even if it's a little bit, at least it's something.
Yeah, I always got paid. But I remember one time I show up to this show, and it's in a trailer park.
That's perfect. But it's a sellout crowd.
Well, it's not a trailer park. It was a mobile home business. They sold.
What the fuck is different?
They sold.
They sold the trailers there.
Yeah, so like they were sponsoring the event. And
okay, that's a business.
And the promoter comes up after the match and tells me and my partner, we're 2 hours from the house. We're not too far from New Orleans. And he's like, man, we forgot the money bag. And me and him looked at each other like, well, you better find it. I mean, like, we didn't even say anything. We just were silent. And Harper, I'll tell you who this is off air. I don't like putting people's business in the street.
That could be anybody.
So
I feed you bullshit like that.
So me and my partner look at each other and we're like, So he's like, I was hoping I can get y'all next time. And we're like, that doesn't work for us, brother. And so I notice he's carrying around, you know how back in the day they had the big business checkbook binders? Do you know what I'm talking about, Harper? Yeah. Where like small businesses would have them. I can see he's got that in his hand, and I know what the hell it is. So I go, why don't you write us a check? I figure I ain't got nothing. I mean, I'm not gonna get in a fight over this at this point. Like, why don't you get us a check? And he's like, I can do that. Like, all right, cool. So he writes the check out. You know, these are shoot names because, you know, nobody uses their shoot names, right? So he writes a check out and gives it to us. Me and my partner get in the truck to come home. And so this is a Saturday. Dude, I was late going to work on Monday, making sure I got to the bank and deposited that shit before it was too long.
Did it go through?
It went through. It did go through.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he kind of had to make good on, but he didn't have to. I mean, obviously you got some bullcrap indie promoters out there, but he kind of had to because like they had been using us a lot. My partner was one of their champions. I mean, not that an indie promoter can't just say screw it, but he knew not to screw us over. Not like we would have did him anything, but I mean, we had been good to this promoter. Let me just say that. So, yeah. But it went through. But he wasn't gonna offer to write that check if I wouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm talking about? The old binder like checkbook that these businesses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway, there's that. Did I give out my Doc? Did you give out your Rolex?
I don't believe I have, sir.
Go ahead.
Well, have you given yours out?
Oh, you Harper went. He gave it to Rude. You go.
I'm going to give mine to Harlem Heat for drawing a good match out of the coals.
But you were talking about me with Harlem Heat last week.
When I decided to do something that's merit-based.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, here we go, asshole. I'm going with Harlem Heat as well. So that is what, 4 weeks in a row now? Harlem Heat get my Rolex and Toot Toot?
This is why people don't take you seriously.
Special shout. I want to give a shout out to Dustin Rhodes winning the United States heavyweight title from Rick Rude, though. He gets the second tier Rolex this week. He gets the Swatch from the 80s.
He gets 3/5 of a Rolex.
Okay. No, you see.
He gets a fossil.
There you go. As Doc's trying to make an inappropriate joke. I don't find any of that funny, asshole. Yeah, so Harlem Heat gets it. There you go. That's a month straight now, Doc. 4 in a row. Harlem Heat's gotten it from me.
It doesn't bother me like you think it does.
Told
so
you.
I don't know what you're the one that's causing the problems here.
Sure.
We were all having fun until you showed up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, Doc, That about wraps up the show. What a long one it's been tonight, but a fun one at that. Any closing thoughts, Doc, before we throw it to Harper for the tagline?
I'm going to be in Atlanta this weekend, so if anybody wants to come out and see me, come out and buy me a beer.
Okay, that won't happen, but that's nice of you to say that.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Harper, anything from you, or are we going to hit the tagline and roll?
No, let's go.
All right, man. Hit the tagline. Let's get out of here.
Book it, biatch.
This is A.I. Eric Bischoff. No, I am not the real Bischoff. So don't work yourself into a shoot like these useful idiots in the wrestling media field. With that said, congratulations on making it to the end of this week's show. Don't forget to send your comments about what the guys discussed tonight to Luke Hawks on Facebook and on Twitter or X or whatever the piss they call it now. The rumor is Luke likes answering BTT fan mail. Also do the guys a solid by liking the show's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. And don't forget to like and retweet or repost the show on all social media platforms. Lastly, become a BTT patron member where you get tons of extra shows. You can join at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Until next week, piss off dipshits. How the piss do you people listen to these useful idiots? These dipshits think they're fucking funny, but they ain't fucking funny. And somebody needs to tell them that. This goddamn show needs more Dman and less of dipshit, Doc, hard-boiled Harper, and this vanilla ice Snoop Dogg, mumble, mouth, Mills. You have to be an imbecile to find these three fuckers entertaining. Fucking clown show.